What's going on, y'all? Let's get into it. Shout out to the McMahons. Got Linda and McMahon in the building. Got Triple H in the building and also Stephanie McMahon in the building. Shout out to Triple H, man. Shout out to Triple H. The man came as a young wrestler and developed into a multi-millionaire businessman. Shout out to him, man. So let's get into it, man. Donald Trump is a very smart man, and he brought in Linda McMahon for the Department of Education, right? So he wants to get rid of the Department of Education. So he brought in Linda McMahon to do a great job in order to get rid of the Department of Education. And of course, there's a lot of pushback about that because it's like people, all they hear is, get rid of the Department of Education. Oh my God, the kids. Oh my God, the teachers. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. But stop looking at the surface. Everything has context, meaning, right? When you remove the layers and say, why does he really want to do this? Is it because of money? Is it because the education system is terrible? Like, why does he want to do that, right? This is when you got to do some research. So according to Yahoo News, okay, social media users were quick to react after spotting a familiar face at Linda McMahon's Senate confirmation hearing for Secretary of Education. Of course, they saw Triple H. Mind you, Triple H is married to Stephanie McMahon, which is Linda's daughter, okay? So, some joke that McMahon, or estranged wife of WWE mogul Vince McMahon, had brought her own secretary, while others remarked on the sheer absurdity of the moment on Thursday. Absurdity, excuse me, that word got me going. Triple H is currently sitting behind former WWE CEO Linda McMahon as she testifies before the Senate to become the Secretary of Education. All right? All right. Now, I want to get to the bottom of this, right? So these are just opinions of different people. Oh, she brought her security. Oh, okay, whatever. I don't care about all of that. All right? I don't care about that. What I care about is, what is her job? Okay? What is she there to do? All right? Let's see. All right, here we go. So, the president, Donald Trump, has been arguing for the removal of the DOE for years and has said he immediately wants to shut it down while pushing lawmakers to conduct the final execution. Okay? So President Trump doesn't like it. All right? He cannot remove the department without an act of the legislative branch. Okay? McMahon's confirmation hearing also comes after so-called Ring Boys lawsuit being brought against her and her estranged husband. Okay, whatever. The civil lawsuit, which claims the McMahons knowingly enabled the sexual exploitation of children by a longtime WW employee, blah, blah, blah. See, now you're trying to conflate this stuff. Now you're trying to say, well, because of your husband's conduct and how he acts, how we know you're going to do a good job. See, and this is what I be trying to tell folks. It's very important who you around and your circle, because if you're trying to get a high status job, not only will they look at your background, they're going to look at who you associate with, and they're going to say, well, how you supposed to be the governor or the mayor, Mr. Duran, and you hang around drug dealers? Nah, we don't think you qualified. Meanwhile, you could have the cleanest record, 4.0, this, that, but because of the fact that you hang around certain group of people, they're going to ding you. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. They're going to ding you. All right. So on Monday, justices voted 4-3 to preserve the act, eliminating the statute of limitations for victims of child sexual abuse to sue their alleged abusers. The McMahon family denies all allegations. See, so they start talking about all the allegations. We don't care about that. We want to know why Donald Trump, our president, our leader, wants to get rid of the Department of Education. This is what we want to know. All right? Why does Donald Trump want to get rid of the Department of Education? Okay? See, we're doing this in real time. We want to know why. Why? Okay? Why does Donald Trump want to get rid of the Department of Education? All right? All right. The proposed $5.6 billion cut and axing of 29 programs included after-school and summer inactivities for deprived children. Okay? His requests didn't get passed in Congress. All right? Now, Trump isn't just sending the education department to the chopping block. He is admitting to reduce it to nothing. Okay? The president said to be muling the signing of an executive order to gut the department once and for all. All right? So he doesn't like it. He wants to get rid of it. All right? 20 members of Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, all right, have been deployed to the DOE's Washington, D.C. headquarters as they look for programs and staff to cull, according to the Washington Post. All right? All right. Dozens of DOE staff were put on paid administrative leave last week in response to Trump's order banning DEI programs in the federal government. I agree. We don't need DEI programs. Like, why do we need a diversity, equity, and inclusion program? Why does that program exist? Why are people funding into a stupid program? We don't give a fuck about that. It should be the most qualified person just gets the job. Now we created a program to help these individuals. What is this? Unnecessary spending of money. That is dumb. Dumb, dumb, dumb. Jesus Christ. Oh, God. But why is dismantling the department so high on the president's priority list? And can it even be done? Founded by the late Jimmy Carter in 1979, the cabinet-level department manages funding and programs for education across the nation. It oversees that 1.6 trillion student loan programs, administers Pell Grants that help low-income pupils attend university, funds programs to support those with disabilities and living in poverty, and enforces civil rights law that prevents race or sex-based discrimination in federally funded schools. Okay. So, I mean, some of those programs, I'm with it. I like some of these programs, okay? The department's allocation was $238 billion in 2024, marking less than 2% of the total federal budget, okay? It is the smallest of all cabinet agencies by number of employees. Okay. But we're still not getting to why he wants to get rid of it. Why? I get the DEI shit. Trash that. Okay. Why does Trump want to dismantle the agency? As early as September 2023, when Trump vied to once again be at top of the GOP ticket, the president said he would close DOE. All right. So, okay, he believes that the federal government is force-feeding children anti-American ideologies on race and gender by funding school curricula that says encourage children to hate their country. Okay, so now this is why he says, I believe that y'all putting an agenda in our kids' brains. I don't like it. Okay, fine. All right. Okay, educational instructional curriculum is, however, already the responsibility of state and local governments. Okay, so I think schools should just teach the basics. Learn how to read, learn how to talk, math, science, right? And history, but don't change it because of people's feelings. I don't give a fuck if you feel a certain way. Just tell the history how it is, okay? All right, so he doesn't like that, okay? All right. And he says, okay, we will drain the government education swamp and stop the abuse of your taxpayer dollars, all right, to indoctrinate, America's youth with all sorts of things you don't want to have our children hearing. Okay? I agree. I don't care about teaching our kids about transgenders and mutilating yourself. I don't care about that. I just care about math, science, reading, English, learning how to write, okay? The basics. And then also we need to teach kids about credit score, how to write a resume, how to manage money. What is money all about? What's the difference between a job, a career, you know, things that you need to survive in the world, okay? Some of the programs I do like the grants. I think that's cool. Loans, I'm kind of 50-50 on loans, because what happens when you loan money and they don't pay it back, it just goes to the national debt. So once again, I mean, he wants to stop that. Well, I mean, people don't pay their bills, and there you go. So when people don't pay, now the public has to pay. So I understand why he feels that way. I understand why he thinks that way. It's all about saving money. We're trillions in debt, and nobody cares because it's not their bill. See, that's the bottom line. So since y'all don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck. And that's basically what he's saying. My job is to cut the national debt, and I'm doing that. And if that means affecting children and people, so be it. It's a hard pill to swallow, but it's a pill that needs to be taken. All right? All right. So I'm going to leave a nice video of Mr. Trump explaining himself and Miss Linda McMahon explaining herself. And I'm done talking, and this is all I got to say.
This has continued through my business career as a Connecticut State Board of Education member, as a university trustee, and as the chair of the America First Policy Institute, which advocates for workforce development, parental choice, and accountability in higher education. I'm also a mother and a grandmother, and I join millions of American parents who want better schools for our kids and grandkids. And for parents and grandparents who worry that their children and grandchildren are no longer taught American values and true history. In many cases, our wounds are caused by the excessive consolidation of power in our federal education establishment. So what's the remedy? Fund education freedom, not government-run systems. Listen to parents, not politicians. Build up careers, not college debt. Empower states, not special interests. Invest in teachers, not Washington bureaucrats. If confirmed as secretary, I will work with Congress to reorient the department toward helping educators, not controlling them. My experience as a business owner and leader of the Small Business Administration, as a public servant in the state of Connecticut, and more than a decade of service as a college trustee has taught me to put parents, teachers, and students, not bureaucracy, first. Outstanding teachers are tired of political ideology in their curriculum and red tape on their desks. And that's why school choice is a growing movement across the nation. It offers teachers and parents an alternative to classrooms that are micromanaged from Washington, D.C. We should also emphasize career-focused education